are deployed in such a way that it accommodates the empire, organized hatred, weaponized greed, and institutionalized indifference to the weak. That's the history of the institutional church at its worst. Now, those of us who are Christians hold on to the prophetic version. So I would want to ask my dear Pastor Wilson, who was Jesus really to you? Do you think that loving thy neighbor leads toward saying those kind of things about precious black people and enslaved Africans? What would he say if somebody came along and said, in the name of Jesus, only women can vote, but men can't vote? Where's the golden rule? Do unto others as you would have others to do unto you. And so in that regard, this is just not Christianity. The Judaic forms, prophetic, Heschel, forms of Judaism that conform to empire, white supremacy, whatever it is. Muslims, look at Iran right now. The heroic struggles of everyday Iranian people against what? Against versions of Islam that Malcolm X would bring major critique to bear because it what? It represses everyday people. So that in that regard, I'm not surprised, but we just have to fight it and not be so overwhelmed by it. That's the crucial thing.
I mean, the problem, look, we all know that that's out there.
Yes,
right?
That's right.
Christian nationalism is not a new concept. And in fact, these types of pastors who have been defending Jim Crow and slavery have been around since the dawn of Jim Crow and slavery.
Absolutely.
But for him to be invited to the Pentagon in the United States government, I don't understand how that can even happen.
Well, let's clarify a few things. One, this is a voluntary deal, so you're not forced to attend it if you work at the Pentagon. They bring in all kinds of different religious leaders. They have Buddhists, they have Jewish people, they have Hindus, they have plenty of different representation of different religious views. And his sermon had nothing to do with what you just described.
But this has nothing to do with religious views. This has to do with somebody who has ahistorical, hateful views.
Well, look,
Christian.
Louis Farrakhan had a lot of different views, and Louis Farrakhan was presented
invited to the White House.
He was invited to a lot of powerful places.
He was invited to the Pentagon.
I don't know if he was invited to the Pentagon or not. He was certainly invited to government.
Was he invited to the White House?
He was certainly invited to government.
Look, I think it's a question of, is it appropriate? Look, there are Christian pastors and interfaith leaders in Congress. Nobody is disputing that. The question is this guy.
But he didn't talk about any of that. He talked about victory, battle. He talked about faith. Well, you're saying that he has certain views, so therefore he should be ostracized and not allowed.
Yes, I am saying that.
And I'm saying that they let all kinds of different views.
So you don't agree? You think that it's okay to be there?
I think that people